53.
Look, it's time we make a change in our communities for ourselves. We want access to clean air, clean water, good energy. We want a safe environment for our children. We want to be able to buy land and build generational wealth.
You think it's this?
We want to build the black family and keep the black family alive. You know, sometimes I feel like
How's that? Oh, that's good, right?
It's time to catalyze and educate. We gotta take action and fight for a climate change. I wanna see the world be clean, but have you ever really stopped and just looked at the scene? It's a global crisis. All our black lives. The world is warming up and sea levels are starting to rise. We need our generational wealth. It's time to buy back land. Plant seeds and have something to put in our future's hand. The global crisis is happening right now. Extreme weather events became more frequent, and the main people affected is the black and the indigenous. The government is crooked and devious like what? Don't want me and my people to ever raise up, but in my people I trust. It's gonna come to an end, but then it starts with us. It starts with us.
You can talk on the back of the truck. Oh, who is it? You see that? Where that come from? That was weird, right? Oh, you didn't see it. Oh, you were walking around.
We fighting the algorithm.
Oh no.
Fighting the algorithm.
Are we?
Y'all live on Facebook, I think.
Okay.
Facebook Live.
Candy, what is it? Cake? What is it? Candy cat? What is it? Honey bun? Is it honey bun? Which one is it? Which one is it, babe? Sometimes
what y'all put my phone? Oh, you got my phone.
Yeah, man.
All right. So I guess we waiting on Sister Maria.
All right.
Trying to get Facebook.
Here you go, baby. I was trying to help you out.
Okay. Trying to get Facebook live up.
No, that don't look right. Oh.
You're live.
I knew that.
And in person.
In person? Okay, so welcome, fam. Welcome, y'all. It's Date Your Damn Self December. We back to that again.
Already?
Yes, and we're still here, still breathing, still praising, even in the leanness of times, right? Even in the lean times. This episode is a heart check, a spirit check, right? A praise check, right? A faith refill. We're going to talk about what it means to reconnect. That's our recurring theme. That is our mission, to reconnect our people back to the planet and each other, to reconnect to God, to nature, to our deeper purpose, right? Especially when things ain't adding up on paper. Right. And so, welcome.
Well, we're celebrating our anniversary month.
Woohoo!
Of love, of land, of legacy. But things feel lean.
Do they?
No book sales, no digital cha-ching.
Cha-chings.
Maybe we got our breath. We
That's
got
right.
our bond. We got our belief. So we keep pressing on.
Pressing on, right? And we ain't pressing alone.
That's right.
So, and you might be in a similar space.
Come on.
It's the season. Jesus is the season for the reason, or what is it? Jesus is the reason for the season, right? But some of us are really in some dire straits, right? We're holding back tears. Our dreams are on life support, right? But we're still showing up. And this is for you. This is for you because let's walk through these lean times together. Because if we all have a little and we come together, it starts adding up.
That's right.
Right? It starts adding up.
Right. So you know what I always say.
Because things don't always appear how they look, or look how they appear. Does that make sense?
Right. It's called the art of war.
Oh my. Okay. That took a turn.
They say when you weak, appear strong. When you strong, appear weak.
Okay.
So, I mean, so sometimes I think the
What about when you just damn weak?
I think sometimes
you feel weak and you look weak.
The creator does that just so that you can get a perspective on things.
Right.
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 You know, the ground may look empty, but it's never inactive. You know what I mean? Follow.
In
Follow.
the
Follow ain't failure.
not the shallow, but the follow.
Right.
Okay.
It's faithful.
Right.
It's what the earth does when it's preparing to produce again. Right. So it has to regenerate itself. Right. So that in the scriptures,
you pulled that out, bro.
In the scriptures, it talk about you're supposed to grow for 6 years. On the 7th year, let everything just die and just fertilize the ground and everything like that.
Okay.
And then you plant again after that 7th year. Right?
Okay.
So yeah.
Fallow is a good word, right? Because that's a nature's term, right? That's a biblical term. But in material terms, that's when the bank account is low, right? That's when the inbox is quiet and the dreams feel distant, right? It's not the end. It really, truly is preparation. And a lot of times we equate busyness, nonstop hustle, to success,
right?
Into progress, into productivity,
right?
When you could be busy doing nothing, as my mama would say. What you doing? Busy doing nothing? Like that's something.
That's right.
Because we want to look busy.
That busy work time.
Yeah, because if we don't look busy, then we must be lazy or we're slacking, or it's something in that hustle culture. Because honestly, when you are overtired, over busy, overwhelmed, beyond capacity, you do not have the wherewithal to dream.
Right.
You do not have the wherewithal to envision, right? And so how do you get yourself into the place where you want to be? How do you sit yourself in heaven at once if you don't have the time to even look into the recesses of your mind and tap into that divine spark and that divineness that is God in you?
Right.
Because you're too busy just trying to hold on to God's unchanging hand.
Right. But I think that's the system is set up that way.
Right.
The system is set up that way.
That hamster wheel.
So you won't have time to really reflect.
Yep.
And really try to step back and really take assessment
of
how things are going and think about the things that you need to cut, the things you need to add,
do more of, do less of.
Right. So I mean, if you think about it, there's no.
Anybody got time for that?
The system don't want you to make no progress like that.
Right, because then you hop out. Right, then you hop out and you look back. And I think that is so important, why this season is so important. And that's why we have to follow nature and not how this system is set up.
Yes.
What?
You mentioned about seasons. You mentioned about seasons because I'm gonna tell you, our first trip to Los Angeles, when we first moved to Los Angeles in '94, right?
You telling your age, brother.
And let me say this. My first year of being there and seeing that the season didn't change, like
it's
the
weird.
weather didn't change, I was so thrown off.
It's weird.
But I see why people can get into a rut in a place like that, because it's like things don't change. You don't have to change. You don't have to buy winter clothes. You don't have to buy summer clothes. You don't have to prepare your weatherize your house, none of that. So it's like you stay the same. So staying the same can get you into a serious psychological rut, right? But we always talking about spiritual warfare, right?
You the one came out with the art of war.
Right. Hey, listen. That's what the captain do. That's
and wickedness in high places, right?
The captain do. That's what we on. That's what we always thinking about the battlefield. We're on the battlefield for our Lord.
Right.
Is that right? And we soldiers.
I'm a soldier in the
So we always talk about the
Lord.
spiritual warfare, right? But sometimes the battle looks like stillness.
Right.
Right. It's
part.
Trusting the ground that looks dry, but has promise.
Right.
Just under the surface.
Right.
You know what I mean? And sometimes God wants us, like I said, God wants us just to be still and reflect on all He has brought us through.
Bruv.
You know what I mean? When you think about it,
bruv,
man.
We shouldn't be here. I know you shouldn't be here. I might have slid by.
I don't even think. Listen. Growing up,
I might have slid by.
Growing up in Baltimore, check this out. When you see 18 years old, you have a big celebration. When you see 21, oh man, you done made it, because it's like we've seen so many of our peers. I've seen so many of my peers, man, not make it to their 21st birthday, not make it to their 18th birthday.
But it makes me think of the story that you told me one time, and I just wanted to put you on my lap. Like when you told, and the way that you told it, it was just so normal. And I'm like, we really normalize dysfunction, right? So when you shared that story with me about when your sister got pregnant.
Oh, yes.
And how old were you?
10.
And so his sister got pregnant when he was 10, and he automatically thought that he was going to have to go to jail.
Right, right.
Because all uncles go to jail.
Oh, man, that's all I heard growing up.
What the hell is that?
You know your uncle at home. You know your uncle coming home. You know your uncle at the old jail. Your uncle at Patuxent. You know your uncle coming home. You know I'm like, man.
So the first thought in a 10-year-old's mind when they find out that their sister is pregnant is that, oh, hell. Now I gotta go to jail. I'm gonna have to get locked up. That okay. So then I say, we barely made it. Like, and when you look back over your life and you think things over, this is the season to do that.
Right.
This is the season to think about, because God wakes us all up, right? If we're lucky, right? If we're blessed, He wakes us up. The sun shines on the wicked just as much as it does the righteous, right? Rain falls. It don't be like, oh, I'm going to skirt around. No. But it's that personal relationship. It's that personal testimony. It's that personal fuel that you look back in your life and you look at all the things that should have took you out of here. But God spared you for a reason. That's right. Right?
We've all been spared for a reason. If we got this far. Jesus. Especially from where from where I come from,
right?
You talking about the testimony, man? I got some stories, but I'm gonna say this right here. Let me say this right here.
Say that for the book, bro. Say that for the next book.
But one thing I try to keep in the forefront of my mind, right, is my faith and how my faith is divided into two halves.
Okay.
One half is gratitude, the other half is patience.
Oh Lord.
Right. So that's something that I strive to
that patience, bro.
I strive to keep that at the forefront. As we traverse these last 34 years.
Yeah, that patience has gotten us
years together.
Through. Like your patience and your ability to pay me no never mind. As much as it got on my nerves, right? Because I'm literally doing things trying to evoke a pulse. I'm like, is this Negro alive? Like, is he alive? Like, is he dead? Because you are so even keeled, right? And my father was very volatile, not physically, but just he would fly off, the handle. He was very emotive, very passionate, very loud, very different than you. And I'm, my father's child. So I'm like, okay, what am I gonna have to do to get a rise out of this dude? Like, what in the hell? Do I have to kill somebody? Like, what needs to happen? But God knew what He was doing. Mm-hmm. God always knows, right? And what we don't. And we have to allow Him to lead in the way that we can do that is by developing that personal relationship.
Right.
And so that you can have that patience, and then I can gain some wisdom.
Right.
And like, you don't want you don't want to erupt people like you. Like, you don't want the quiet people to come unhinged and the patient people to come unhinged. Because a lot of times there's a lot of repressed anger and resentment and just foolishness waiting to come out.
Yeah, that's
so it's like let that still water run deep. Okay.
It can be very disturbing, right?
You don't say.
It can be very disturbing, right? So we try not to disturb that. We try not to let that even get heated up, right?
Right.
But in our tradition, right, we learn, right?
Who's we?
How in the FY.
The men's.
The FY class, right? We learn how to de-escalate a situation, but we also learn how to escalate a situation. Right. So a lot of times you don't want to get it escalated, because when it get escalated, it doesn't shut off as quick.
Right.
It doesn't shut off as quick. And we can see that with the history of Islam.
Right.
We can see it with the history of Islam, how when the Muslims for 13 years, they were not allowed to fight back. They had to take it, right? But then when they started to fight back,
Lord have mercy.
And they started, to be able to defend themselves.
Release the Kraken.
Well, they didn't have any enemy in front of them. they started turning on each other. And that's what we
Right.
see today in the Muslim world.
Right.
We see the Muslim world has turned on each other itself, because once you get that God nature started, man, it can erupt into something, you don't want to shut up. And that's, I think, we got to thank Allah for the most Elijah Muhammad and Minister Farrakhan.
Oh, absolutely.
Because Mr. Farrakhan has saved a lot of people.
Oh, God knows.
He has saved
Let me tell you something.
Lives.
He done saved your life.
He saved my life.
Let me tell you, because for me, I'm talking about, because I'm trying to, and so many people, because we do not treat people how they deserve sometimes, right? We are talked about so horribly from people who don't even do simple research.
Mm-hmm.
They go by 30-second sound bites. They go by whatever media tells them. They go by whatever the people who never loved them the people who would be happy to see them disappear off the planet. They will take their word over the minister's word. A man who has only been faithful and only shown love and only shown patience and only shown gratitude, right? So, yeah, Farrakhan saves lives, bro, because I'm telling you, some of the things that people say out of their mouth, and we're not allowed to respond the way we really to send our soul to do. Listen, trying to tell y'all. So my point is, yes, that's to all of that.
Right, but that goes to show you the heart of the man.
Right.
The man doesn't have,
because we good and crazy. He could have really. Oh man.
Man has the heart of the Jesus. You know what
right.
I mean? So,
but that's the whole point,
right?
And that's what this time of year is what we really should be evaluating. Do we have the heart of Jesus?
Come on.
Are we walking the walk of Jesus? Are we following the way? Right? Because if we believe that Jesus's way is the only way to the Father, what are we doing to improve our walk?
Come on.
Because we have that example.
Right.
So what are we doing to improve our walk? Are we feeding the needy? Are we taking care of the orphan? Are we getting rid of the greedy from among our midst, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are we healing? Are we healing? Because we have that ability to do as well, right?
That's right.
So are we doing the things during this time? This is where we store up. This is where we look at the faith. This is where we evaluate, hey, what are we doing and how can I improve what it is that I need to do to improve my walk? So this is the spiritual pantry season, right?
Absolutely.
This is the time to stock up our faith, stock up our confidence, right? Like Joseph during the famine.
Come on.
Right? And get practical. Because we're not sowing right now, but we should be stowing, right? We should be stealing away, right? So what are we storing?
Come on.
That's something that we have to ask ourselves, not just food or money,
right?
But what are we tucking away in our spirit?
Well, we should be. Are we storing the word?
Right.
Are we storing the memories?
Right.
The victories?
Right.
Every time God showed up for us.
Yes.
Are we storing every prayer? Right. Every prayer that He's answered for us.
And the ones He ignored, rightfully so.
No, not necessarily ignored.
Because baby, some of that stuff I prayed for, I'm glad I ain't get.
Some things is delayed. Right.
And some things are no.
And some things are denied.
Right.
You're right.
Right.
Because He has another plan for us.
Right. Exactly.
He has another plan for us.
And that's something the pastor said on Sunday when she talked about the alignment, right? And how the prayers are answered and the confidence, right? And how is it God's plan for you? Is it going to fulfill your purpose? And is it in the word?
Come on.
Because we got like to go off script. And we like to add our own little 2 cents.
Right.
Like our 2 cents really done got us anywhere and got us nowhere fast, right? And so these are the 3 things that we look at, right? When we are planning in this season, when we are stowing in the season. Is it the plan? Is it the purpose? Is it rooted in the word? What is the foundation of the things that I wish to see? What needs to go away? And what do we need to get better at? And what do we need to do more of?
Right.
So I think that's very important, not just for us, but for all of us who are trying to walk that walk, right? And have our audio match our video, as you like to say. Right. So I just think that it's important. I know that when you talked about the fallow, and God said in Hosea 10:12, break up your fallow ground, for it is time to seek the Lord. And that's what we're doing. We're seeking, breaking up, and trusting. Like this is the season that we're in. And sometimes it ain't pretty. Like sometimes it looks a way that will have us second guessing our whole decisions, every decision.
That's the key. The key is decisions have to be made.
Right.
What do you need to add? What do you need to subtract? Right.
Right.
What do you need to? What's the most important thing?
Right.
Right.
Ooh, priorities.
You know, how does this prioritize or align with your family, with your values?
Right.
Right. So this time is that time.
Right.
Right. The winter time. This season is that season.
Right. Because we know the new year is not in a couple of months.
No,
that's some foolishness, right?
Yeah, that's made up. That's made up paganism,
right?
There, right.
So we know that this time, when animals like live off their fat, right? And we have to live off our faith. That's what we're living off of during these times, right? We're living off. We're allowing our fat. That's the fat we have to live off of, right? And so the word is our winter storehouse, right? And so these are the things, and I know it's like, what does this have to do with nature? What does this have to do with I am green? Everything.
That's right.
Literally everything, right? And so, and I don't care by what name you call the great giver of breath, the universe, God, Allah, Yahweh, whatever you wish to do in your walk. The whole point is there's something greater than just you and me.
Come on.
And when we're together, there's literally nothing that we can't do. That's right. And that is what we're focused on in December. Generally in December for us, it's our anniversary month. We are
the whole month is our anniversary.
Yeah, we normally shut down like on Ata's birthday, which is December 10th. And we really take this time to assess how we made it to another year. Right, like we made it. Oh my Lord, we made it 34 years. What did we do this year that allowed us to get there? First of all, do we like each other? Like how we feeling about each other, right?
That's
right. What do we need to do differently? You got on my nerves. I got on your nerves. Like how do we avoid those kinds of tensions in the future, or were they good tension?
Right.
Because not all tensions are bad.
Right.
Some
tensions is needed.
Yeah, we just rubbing up against each other so that we can be better, sharpening steel. So
you gotta have friction. I mean, sometimes you gotta have friction, right? And through friction, life,
right?
Through friction, things grow,
right?
Right. So everything is not,
hunky dory,
peaches and cream, and
peaches and the cream. Sorry,
what Eddie Price called it? What's the kumbaya?
Oh yeah, he always talking about kumbaya. Lord have mercy. Thank you, Eddie Price.
Sometimes we really got to do the assessment, but that is why over the years we have instituted certain things in our marriage,
right,
that has helped us to get through whatever comes. I mean, date night Tuesdays. I mean, whatever happened, Tuesday was our time. We would go and just, then once a month, we would leave.
Oh my goodness!
Drive and go stay somewhere. And I mean,
and we ain't doing that these days,
right? But those
times have shifted.
But those things helped us to become best friends. It helped us,
and that's the fact.
Learn
that's stored
each
up
other better,
right,
and be able to withstand, the not so fun times,
right? Because
not so fun times.
Because we were together like 24/7, and so there has to be a certain level of friendship and a certain level.
How is that possible? People be like, "How is that possible?"
Right? I don't know. It's crazy, and it does not seem.
It worked for us, though.
Yeah, and it feels weird when it's not. It's not right, and so I think that those things that we did really allowed us to be able to do what we're doing now.
Right.
All those date nights, all those trips that we used to take, all the making sure we had the same schedule when we worked at the same place, so we could be off on the same days, and all those different things really brought us to where we are now. Because this is not grind time.
Right.
This really is about alignment time. Right.
It's time to get alignment, right?
So
it's about trusting the design of the season,
right?
Even when you can't see what's growing yet.
Yeah, and sometimes we gotta shed.
Right, we gotta trust what God is doing for us.
And
dogs, they're acting crazy.
Yeah, they out of control, Lord, the zombie dogs. And sometimes we have to shed mindsets. We got to shed ego. We got to shed worry. We have to shed, like, I got to fix it. No, sit down. Sit your $5 make change. Sit down, right? And so sometimes we have to really lean into the I am.
Right, that's right.
And not always be looking at, what isn't, but right here in the present, right? And so I think that's very important. That, and what I also will say is, through all those different things and through all the different tools that we have used throughout the year, and you can find them in our book, Reconnecting to the Planet and Each Other, a couple's guide to living a dope ass green life. A lot of the different tools that we have used throughout the years have literally become the DNA and the life force of our relationship.
Yes, ma'am.
So we don't have to stop and sit and be like, okay, family meeting, let's assess. We literally will weave it into our day or weave it into a conversation because we've done it for so long. Yeah, before we used to have to stop and be like, hey, it's Tuesday. We need to hook up. We need to talk about what happened this week. We need to go over this. What are we doing? Let's write some letters to each other. Let's do like all these different tools. And all now, because we use those tools and we've never been afraid of using tools, we've never been afraid of getting outside help
and recommending those tools to other couples.
Right.
That's another thing.
Right.
And that's a whole nother episode we need to talk about, though.
Right.
Is how do you get friends for your marriage?
Oh, yes.
How do you get friends for your relationship?
Yes.
Because we need help.
Yes.
We need help. We don't know it all. And
yes.
as we traverse through this journey together,
right,
trying to become one, right?
Because we ain't never had no problem telling on each other either. Because I ain't had nothing. He did it.
Man,
he did this. I'm telling you. He did it. And he would be telling Sister Cat Malice on me. Be like, she ain't do this. I never had a problem because his development or lack thereof and my development or lack thereof is not personal.
Right.
It's the life. This is the world we come out of. What do we expect? Right.
That is the beauty of having a community.
Right.
That's the beauty of having a community. That's the beauty of being in a community.
Yeah.
Being somewhere where when you think that there's a lack in duty, that you can get some assistance with somebody that can help your partner to see, hey, no, you got to pick this up.
Who loves you both.
Do that, right.
And not taking sides, right? And doing the best that they can to counsel you and to guide you, right? And so you can't be afraid to hide. Listen, and that has offended people all of my life. All of my life, I did not give a damn. Like, this is who I am.
I remember one time.
I'm just sorry.
Man, remember that time we was going over Fontaine House and you showed up at my place?
Yes. And brother came. And he was like, this fool gonna tell me, hide. Did you tell me to hide?
I said, don't answer the door.
I'm like, I'm not hiding nothing, brother. Listen. Excuse me, Brother Floyd. He's looking at me like, where the hell she come from? Inside? I'm not, bruh. No. I'm not hiding nothing. God sees everything. What are you hiding from? Right?
That's right.
And so, excuse me, sir, I'll meet you downstairs. We need to get the hat so we can get over to Fontaines. But the whole point is that is offensive to people. Mm-hmm. That is offensive to people because we feel like because this world is so punitive.
Right.
Because this world is so punitive, the Western world is so punitive, everybody feels like they have to punish you for every single thing. So you feel like you have to hide everything. And so what you need to work on never really comes out. How the hell you gonna fix what you won't address?
And you can't put on the face.
Right. After that.
Be who you are.
This is what it is, bro.
Be who God created you to be. Guess what? You are the only you. And you're the best version of yourself
at this time.
When you try to align yourself up with what God wants for you.
Versus other folks.
Right.
Nah, bro. Most folks don't even have their own thing together. So what in the world? Listen, my whole point is this. You got to be okay with your lack of development.
Come on,
you got to be okay with your flaws. You have to be okay with where you are today, right now, because this isn't where you're going to be all the time. This isn't over, right? And so why in the world am I going to take on your coloring? We take on Allah's coloring. That's what the Holy Quran says, right? So if you're taking on Allah coloring, then I don't have no problem. Right. But if you off on some old stuff, then you on your own, bro. And that's something you're going to have to take to the prayer rug. So it's just like we have to be okay with the fact that we're not perfect, but love is perfect.
Come on.
And if we have love, that's all the perfect that we need at this particular time in our life. And we always got love. And I've always told people love is all you need. And people would tell you, no, you need this. No, you don't. All you need is love. And that is the fuel that will take you through the most tumultuous times.
Right. Understanding what love is.
Right, that part.
Not this fuzzy feeling of give you butterflies in the stomach.
That's good too.
But love, the way we spell love,
D-U-T-Y.
H-E-L-P.
D-U-T-Y, right?
H-E-L-P. D-U-T-Y. That's
right.
how we spell love.
Right.
That's how we were taught. That's how you spell love, right? So do duty and help, right? Because you're going to help what you love.
Right.
You're going to be dutiful to
if you love something, ain't nothing you won't
do. You're
do.
going to protect what you love.
Listen,
you know what I'm saying? So that's what love is.
We do more for less, okay? Or we'll get out there and do some things for some change in the name of love, is my point. So if you can do that in unrighteousness, certainly in living a righteously dope life, you will get that. And so what we want to ask everyone to do in this season that we find ourselves in is to write down 5 victories you forgot to celebrate.
5
that you forgot to celebrate. Because sometimes we get so caught up and we get so ungrateful that we don't take the time to celebrate. I say celebrate everything because times is crazy and things change and the lickety split. So write down 5 things, 5 victories you forgot to celebrate. Tuck them in your faith pantry. Reread them when the storm gets loud.
Blessings don't always look like overflow.
Right.
Sometimes it's the strength to keep walking.
Yes.
The wisdom to be still, right? The grace to smile through silence, right?
That's right.
It's so we've heard this before. You got to take the good with the bad.
Right.
Right. But in reality, sometimes we think it's bad, it's not bad.
Right.
Right.
It's perspective.
It's perspective.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And if we always see it, if you're always in the student mentality, always learning, always trying to see what is God trying to show me through this.
That's right.
What am I supposed to get out of this right here, man?
Following nature. There is no waste in nature, right? There is no waste in nature. Every leaf that falls, every animal that dies, every drop of water that flows, all of it has a purpose and it has a season. And so there is no waste. And there is no waste in the lives that we live. No circumstance, no failing, no victory. All of it is for our greatest good.
Come on now.
All of it is for us to move forward, to move forward in our plan that God has for us, our purpose that God has for us, using nature. Nature shows us everything we need to know to be successful.
Learn how to live a dope ass green life.
That's right.
We're gonna be gone. We came from infinity. We're going back into infinity.
Yep.
So while you're here with these short little time span while we're here,
come
little. On, man.
Make the best of it. And be joyful in it. Right. I'll never forget.
Somebody you can share it with too.
Right, that part. And to be joyful with. Okay, right. Make sure that part. But I think it was so funny one time we were going through it. And somebody was like, oh my goodness, I saw y'all and y'all were doing something and it looked like we were just having a good time. And it was like, well, they having a good time and I'm over here stressed out. F that, right? And that hit me like a ton of bricks. Like, okay, so we supposed to look like what we going through, right? And
that's a whole nother episode,
right? But that's the thought process.
Right.
That is the covering, right? That is because of the fact and the faith that has been stored. It's because we are able, because we have been the loaner and not the borrower, because we have opened up our home. Like these are the victories, right? Mm-hmm. Because we've lived in a house that barely had walls, but it was like 13 of us living in there because we had this big house and people needed a place to stay. Because we would travel across the country just to celebrate somebody because we loved them and we appreciated what they offered to our lives and our development. Because we've done all these things is why we are joyful. It's why we can be in these lean times and still thank God and still praise God and still bless God. It is because of those things. And so please look back over your life. Look back over your life and look at those victories that we failed to acknowledge because we may have been too caught up in everyday grind.
Right. And for those of us who are in our tradition, right, we put in a lot of work and sacrifice,
Yeah.
right, early in our early years,
Yeah.
right, pushing the program, fishing people, hitting the details and things like
Right.
that, right?
Charity, no
all
sleep.
of that, all of
All
that
kinds of
right
stuff.
there
The
has
storehouse.
preparing us
That's right.
for times that get lean,
Such as these.
times that
That's right.
where things don't seem like it's working out for us. But if you're still here,
It's working out.
guess what? All that stuff paid off. All that paid off.
Yeah, yeah.
I remember Minister Jamil to tell us, listen, those pink charity receipts, one day you're gonna bring those to the mosque and be to get a bowl of soup.
That's right.
It's gonna be so bad. So keep them receipts.
So let me just say one thing. So Brother Dave is not a car person, right? And so our car broke. Like everything just kept happening. The car broke, life broke, everything broke. Like it was just like one thing after the next, right? And so he sent out this SOS. Would it say Allah don't send nothing back void? Right? We thought it was void, right? But it wasn't. This brother shows up. I don't know how, maybe he lives 3 hours away, maybe more.
Yeah, over 2 hours away. Yeah.
Shows up. This man knows how to open a car door. He knows what an engine looks like, but he ain't no mechanic. And so he took it to mechanic. Mechanic told him he was going to need a whole new engine. This brother drives 3 hours, shows up, shows him what's really wrong with the vehicle, shows him how to fix it, right? Brought water, brought food, brought like.
Well, see,
And I'm sitting here mind blown. And he fixed it. Now he fixed it with some electrical tape and a shoestring, but he fixed it nonetheless, and the car is driving.
Yeah, I'm saying no. Yeah,
but the beauty of that, though,
though, and then I'm gonna say this: brother was willing to come back after I got the part, because he was like, man, if you haven't had a car in a month, you hadn't been able to leave this out here in the rural area in a month, right? I know y'all need food,
right?
I know y'all need water,
right?
I know y'all need a little bit of cash,
right?
So I'm like, man, I wasn't expecting all that, but brother,
that is amazing.
Brother Frank and sister, brother Frank, I think sister Brenda came through, and man, they just showed out and they showed us love, and I'm like, man.
And I've never met these people in my life. I don't know who David be knowing everybody, but I've never met these brothers and sisters in my life. Yeah. But that is how you have to hold on, right? Because it ain't always who you think is going to come from, and it really don't matter. That really ain't none of your business. That's God's job, right? But the fact that brother came through and was willing to come back and show you how to do it. I'm not just going to do it. I'm going to show you how to do it. Right. I'm not just going to give you the fish. I'm going to show you how to fish. And he didn't fix the thing. And I'm
because it was getting late, right? And we don't have like a auto zone anything near us. When he got back home, he actually went online, saw the part I needed, and sent me a picture. I would say, brother, you gotta go get this part right here. Right, go get this part right here, right? And
so he out here fixing engines, like
so I'm like, wow. So no,
it's just amazing.
No, that's the thing, though. I called the mechanic back and said, "Hey, man, listen, I found out what the problem was." He said, "No, I don't think that's the problem because I think I changed that piece." He put an old piece on there, wasn't a new piece. So I got the piece. Like, yeah, man, trying to change that part is gonna be a doozy.
Son of a bitch.
Man, I don't know if I want to deal with that right now. So like, okay, bro,
and that's fine because he's good to us, right? So we love him, right?
So anyway,
we love him.
Brother,
but the point is that is a victory, right? That is a victory, and that is something to celebrate.
Because when the vehicle was at the mechanics, right? Brother Andrew helped me get it out. I'm like, man, I was, so I'm gonna thank Cap Man.
Yes, so we're just in love. Like we're in love with life. We're in love with each other.
But if you hadn't sowed those seeds, right, I'd have been a good brother. I'd like to help the Muslims, as I call it. The brothers, right?
Right. Right.
I might not have got that.
Yeah, we still be sitting out here holding on to God's unchanging hand. Yeah. So I really appreciate those kinds of stories. And they happen a lot. They happen a lot throughout our life. And that's why it's good for you to sit down and think about what is going on in your life. Because if you are constantly in survival mode, you will miss that blessing. And you will forget to be grateful for a brother Frank, right? A brother Andrew, a Captain Andrew. You'll forget to be grateful for these people who have gone out of their way to be a brother and to be a sister. And so that's why we have to sit and we have to stop and we have to think and we have to be in gratitude and we have to be patient with our own development and with the development of our community and those who are around us. So that's the assignment. We love y'all. We're rooting for your reconnection.
5 things. Write the 5 things down.
Even in the lean times, right?
In the lean times, right?
Right.
We want you to remember those 5 things.
Right. Check out our book.
Oh yeah. Get a copy of the book.
Yes, we have all of the pre-orders. They're all signed. And we're going to be shipping them. Listen, y'all understand what we're dealing with out here in this daggone one horse town. Lord have his mercy. So anyway, those are coming out. I wrote a book, an ebook, and you can go to my Etsy shop and pick that up. It's called The Musings of the Muslim Who Follows Christ.
That's an awesome book.
It's a book of poetry, and it really is about my spiritual journey here in the middle of nowhere with no mosque, going to church every Sunday. I started taking my mama to church. Now I go for myself. Mama ain't even got to go.
Every time they say, "Come on, do you want to join?" I gotta hold her hand. Come on, sis.
I'm about to cartwheel down there to the altar call. Yes, Lord have mercy.
We already members.
But it is a beautiful experience, and I thank God for it because He speaks through Pastor every single time. He never lets me forget, right? And so I'm very grateful for that. But please pick up our book, Reconnecting to the Planet. Pick up Dave's ebook, The Gift of Donald Trump, Safety and Security in a World Gone Mad. Putting on the whole armor of God, security for houses of worship. Like, we need to be thinking security. We need to be thinking reconnection. Yes. We need to be thinking of the Christ and our walk. We need to be thinking of all of the things that will sit ourselves in heaven at once, no matter what the circumstances may look like. We are the victors. What Pastor say? The fight is fixed.
Come on, man. God already told us the victory.
The fight is fixed.
Victory is already out.
So thank you for joining us for another Dope Ass Green Life podcast. We had to go pick the boy up. He get out early today.
He already late pricing out
there. Oh, probably mad as a wet cat. You know, he think
we all that.
He think we his servants. So thank you so much for joining us. Please share this podcast. Please comment. Please let us know what's going on, what your victories are, what you're grateful for. And we look forward to seeing you all again next Thursday. Peace. 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 Peace.